Okay, so in the previous audio, I could not display the my presentation in that one. That was just an audio recorded. Okay, so I'm just displaying here. You can note it down from here also, or you can, while viewing, you can do the screenshot of this and you may note in the copy. Okay, so this is just for to show you the concept of region, how I have arranged the thing. Now that was all about the concept, what is region all about. Now these are the definition of region, so that there are different scholars who have given a different definitions of the region. When you if you read it out, it is simply a first one is any portion of the earth's surface where physical conditions are homogeneous can considered as a region in a geographic sense. So for a geographers, and only to a physical geographers, I'm particularly saying only to a physical geographers, a region signifies any area or signifies any area where there is a physical similarities, where there is a geographical similarities. That time we consider it as a region. So another, Harshun has given the definition where he has stated that a complex of land, air, water, plant, animal regarded as a spatial relationship together forming a definite portion of the earth's surface is called a region, which means that region is a complex of all physical, like your plant, animal, all those physical aspect, all those aspect, which has a spatial relationship with a particular portion of the land surface. So whenever you talk about the region, at that time it is not only the physical aspects, there is other aspects, like there is a human being, there is a plant, there is an animal. So it is a combinations of the relationship between the physical aspects as well as the living organisms which stays over there. So Annal of Associations of American geographers stated that a region is an area of any size that is homogeneous in terms of a specific criteria and is different from surrounding regions by a particular grouping of such areas, which means that the region is an area or any size or a piece of land having a homogeneous, which has a homogeneity in terms of the specific criteria. कुनै पनि एउटा physical या say for example physical or a socioeconomic or a economic, only economic criteria ma, when there is a similarities, we'll group that particular different region into the one region, different part of the area into the one region. That is also considered as a region. Now I will sum up in the letter after completing this. Okay, another definition Pratt has given: any area delimited on the basis of general homogeneity of land characteristics and occupation is known as region, which means that now complexity, or now the combination of these definitions has given us an idea that a region means a portion of the land area where all the physical aspects along with the human beings and the plants and animals which are interrelated with each other and has a good link with that area, or that represents that area. Similarly, an area having any kind of homogeneity in terms of physical aspects, in terms of cultural aspect, we consider it as a region. A portion of the different portion of the land area having a similar physical aspects, having a similar developmental aspect, we consider that as a group of area as a different region. So region means there must be a homogeneity in any terms. All the definition now combined state that any portion of the land surface, a region, a part of the area can be considered as a region when it shows the homogeneity either in terms of the occupation, either in terms of the sociocultural aspects, either in terms of the physical similarities. त्यसलाई हामीले ग्रुप गरेर एउटा के भन्न सक्छौं, region भन्न सक्छौं. Okay, now next one is methods of delimiting the region. What are the different methods through which we divide the area into the region, a larger section of the area into the region? What are the different criteria through which we divide what are the different methods through which we divide the area into the region? First one is homogeneity. Homogeneity means similarities. Region can be delimited on the basis of homogeneity on someone or a combination of physical, economic and socio-cultural characteristics. That means number one, region can be categorized, region can be divided or delimited into the different regions or area into the different regions in terms of homogeneity. हामीले कसरी छुट्याउँछौं ग्लोबलाई चाहिँ डिफरेन्ट रिजनमा कसरी छुट्याउँछौं भन्दा how we divide the globe into or a world into the different region is firstly in terms of homogeneity. जस्तै हामी western region भन्छौं, western countries भन्छौं. In terms of the development we consider it as a whenever someone talks about the western countries and the eastern countries, the first comes in the mind is in terms of development. We are dividing the area world into the two part. In terms of development, western regions are far developed whereas eastern regions are less developed than the or developing as compared to the western region. So this is a similarity. So this is in terms of economic aspects. In terms of physical aspects, the area can be divided into the mountain, plain, plateaus, steepy, grassland, wetland. These are some of the these are some of the criteria through which we divide the area into the different region. Area can be divided into the region in terms of physical aspects, in terms of economic aspects, in terms of socio-cultural aspects as well. Socio-cultural means the culture of the southern India is not similar to that of the northeastern area. The culture of the Jammu and Kashmir area or a northern part of India is different to that of the western part of the area. So in terms of the culture also we can identify the area in terms of their cultural similarities and the differences. Okay. Just a second, students. Ma'am, म क्लास गर्दैछु कि म अलिकति एकछिनबाट कल गरौँ? हुन्छ I'll do. Okay, हुन्छ. So now talking about I'm sorry. So now talking about the another methods for delimitation, that is nodality. Nodality means popularity. कुनै पनि चीजमा पपुलर हुनु, त्यो रिजन पपुलर भएर त्यसलाई आइडेन्टिफाई गर्न सक्छौं, that is known as nodality. Speciality of that particular area or in any of the region, any of the part of the world, it has some uniqueness, it has some core area, it has some note area, जसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ that note area, that core area gives a popularity of that region or that part of the area. So in terms of that aspect also, nodality or popularity also, we divide the area into the different region. So for example, some urban area provides a different functions. Kolkata, Mumbai, similarly Delhi. So these are some of the nodal area which gives you a identity, which gives you a kind of different perceptions about that area. Timi Delhi भनिसक्दा Delhi, when we think about the Delhi, different aspect, very high advanced than us, very different people, like in terms of physical also we can see when in Sikkim. Similarly in terms of the cultural, in terms of the lifestyles, it is totally different to that of the hill areas. So it has a nodality speciality. Similarly if you talk about the Sikkim itself, a nodality of Namche, that is a Chardham, because it gives a identity to that particular area. Similarly south, now talking about the West Pelling, a skywalk area, that is a nodal area. Gangtok is a nodal area for Sikkim itself. Gangtok is a nodal area. People always talk about in the world it is famous for the cleanest city, because whenever we talk about the Sikkim, people will ask you, where is your home from the Gangtok? How far it is it? So this is a nodality, speciality of that particular area. In terms of the nodality also, we divide a part of the area into the different region. Okay. Similarly, in terms of the, now on the basis of programming also, we divide the area into the region. That means like this programming method or basis is mainly used by the for the administrative purpose, for a planners, for a developmental purpose, or for a policy makers always use this criteria to delimitate the area, to divide the area into the different region. Especially a policy oriented, these are the policy oriented area. It's mainly concerned by the administrative to identify the area. Say for example, there are different plans for a different region, especially a drought prone area. Western India is always considered as a drought prone area, which is availing of different facilities from the government, different schemes governments are providing. Here I want to highlight is that government cannot provide, or administrator cannot provide a similar kind of projects or schemes to all over the India, because we are geographically different, we are culturally different, we are socially different, we are economically different, we are not similar at all. So that is why to identify the deprived area, there are different criteria set by the planners or policy makers. So what they do is they group the area which is having a similar kind of developmental aspects or developmental status. Northeast, which has a different developmental status as compared to the Delhi, Mumbai, or you can say UP, Bihar, West Bengal. It has a different area aspects. Okay, that is why there are number of schemes provided to the northeastern regions to uplift the economic condition of the people, to make them connected with the mainlands, to uplift the standard of the people, living standard of the people. Likewise, there is a schemes for the flood area in the southern state, also southern coastal area. It has been demarcated and delimited on the basis of the development. So coastal affected area, they receive different kinds of aids and the schemes from the government. So these are the administrative area, economically weaker zone, EWZ, economic weaker zone banera. Now government is applying or providing a different facilities to that particular identified area janera peoples are economically deprived. So to uplift and to make them equal, to bring them to that level of to the others, similar levels to the others, government are differently providing the different plans. So popularly programming reason or programming reasons is mainly followed by the administrative purpose, only for the administrative purpose, to identify the area, to make them, to provide them a different schemes to uplift, to make the, to bring equality in a amongst the region. So they identify the area. एउटै खालको स्किमले सबैतिर काम गर्दैन. The scheme provided, the flood schemes provided for the flood affected peoples are not applicable to the people of Sikkim, because we are not as much affected by the flood, though we have few flats flood, but there is no. But similarly, schemes which is a policy which is based for the mountainous states are not similar, will not applicable to the plains area. So these are some of the example I'm saying. So these three are the important criteria through which the particular area can be divided into the region. I hope you understand this. Now talking about the another topic, characteristics of region. So number one, all regions have a location, both absolute and relative, on the earth's surface. These regions are known by their own names, which means that all the regions has a location on the earth's surface. Region means it is a locational link. It has a space. It is linked with the earth's surface. When you talk about the region, you are talking about the physical region or economic region or social region, which is always connected on the earth's surface, or the area. It is area based connection. So it can be both absolute or relatives. Absolute location means a location which is absolute, that is latitude, longitude. Whenever you talk about the location, you will think that it is a geographical location, latitude, altitude and longitude. But when you talk about the relative location, relative means a location in terms of something else. Where is your college located? It is nearby the, or it is relatively near to the Siddhivinayak Mandir. So this is a relative location. You are giving something else to relate your location, to identify your location. That is a relative location. So the all regions has a both absolute and the relative location on the earth's surface. These regions are known by their own name. Each regions on the earth's surface, even if it is your village, even if it is your particular ward, now ward number 5, administrative criteria ma ward number 5 bन्छ. Whereas when you talk about your village, Sudung Laka, Ranok, Kopche, Rungdung, these are the name. So each regions, either it is a micro region, either is a macro regions, it has a special, their own name to identify the area. Number 2, each region has its own territory because it occupies certain area on the earth's surface and it has its own area and size. Now, each region has its own territory. Each regions on the earth's surface, whenever you talk about the territory, you are talking about the aerial extension. हामी aerial extension को कुरा गर्दैछौं. It has a territory means it is spatially located. Dimension, it has a spatial dimension. It has been spread in certain area, certain size, certain area and certain size. So because it occupies a certain area on the earth's surface, so region has occupied a certain area on the earth's surface, that is why we consider it as a region. It has its own territory. Number 2. Third is each region has its own boundary, physical or cultural. Each region on the earth's surface has its own boundary. A boundary can be a physical boundary, it can be a cultural, or it can be administrative boundary. Now talking about the physical boundary is very easily identifiable, whereas cultural boundaries and the cultural boundaries are complex in nature. It is very difficult to differentiate the area in terms of the culture. Whereas physical boundary, you might have studied in the in second semester that there is a difference between the frontier and boundaries. So all those, anything which comes in the front to divide the two area, that is a frontier. So the physical boundaries are all frontiers, whereas cultural boundaries are complex in nature. It is very difficult to identify the area in terms of the culture, because today, due to the globalization, peoples are interchanging or exchanging their culture. There is a cultural diffusion in every second. People's mixing themselves and there is no specific, it is very difficult to identify the specific culture of the people, because they are intermingled with each other and they diffuse the culture. So culture wise, it is very difficult to identify the region, whereas physical boundary can be easily identifiable. Number 4th one is region are very distinct from each other. Each region, that is why we do study a regional study. We do the regional study. Why we do the regional study? It is because to know the uniqueness of that particular region and to see the differences of that region with another region, to compare two regions. So that is why a region are very distinct from each other. Each region has its own uniqueness. Ranok has its own uniqueness in itself. Alitar has its own uniqueness. Rongeli has its own uniqueness. Juluk has its own uniqueness. Changgu has its own uniqueness. So region has its own uniqueness. Western region of India has its own uniqueness than that of the eastern region to that of the northern region to that of the northeastern region, it has a distinct identity. So that is why regions are very distinct from each other. Next one is regions are very complex and at the same time it is very fixed. Now talking about the complex flexibility, regions are very flexible, which means that regions are never static. Regions cannot be static in terms of the culture, in terms of the economic aspects, in terms of the social aspects, in terms of the political aspects. Regions will not be static, it is always dynamic in terms of these four criteria, whereas in terms of the physical location, region has its fixed, region are fixed, whereas in terms of the flexibility I'm talking about now, regions are very flexible, which means that a regions always change. A concept of region is always change. A regions which is developing, in terms of the development, a previous few decades, maybe some regions were in underdeveloped condition. Economic condition was very low. GDP were very low. Okay, activities were very primary in nature. Whereas after 2 or 3 decades, that regions can be converted into the developing regions. The economic condition has been raised, GDP has been increased. Now that area can be considered as a developing. And in the future, with the advancement in the technology, with the advancement in the skill, and in the advancement with the resource extraction and creativity of the people, that region may be changed into the very developed region. Understood? So the regions in terms of development is never fixed, it is a flexible. हामी पहिला underdeveloped थियौं, India were in underdeveloped condition, now in developing condition and heading towards the developed condition. So there is always a changing nature in terms of development. In terms of the cultural aspects also, day by day culture is diffusing. So in that case also, that is not fixed, that is flexible. Similarly, in terms of the socio-economic aspects also, the society is changing day by day and the mindset of the peoples are changing day by day. So that is why in the social aspects also, society is changing and heading towards from the agrarian society, very industrialized society today. You can see very agrarian nature of the economy has been changed to the industrial economy. Our economic activities has been changed towards the manufacturing, secondary, tertiary, quaternary and quinary also today. So I mean to say, a region in terms of the development, in terms of the economy, in terms of the social and cultural aspects will always flexible. It can change any time. Whereas in terms of the physical aspects, it is always fixed. Sixth one, region is a dynamic concept, which, as I already said, region is a dynamic concept. It is not static. Dynamic means inchangeable. It can be changed anytime. A region is just something developed region. Maybe today it is developing due to some certain kind of pandemics or certain kinds of famines may bring down the economy of that particular area to the very low level, so that a developed area can be changed into the very developing area. So the regions are always dynamic in nature. Some regions, the name is changing. Some of the regions are identified in terms of the occupation. So for example, in India itself, here India has been divided into the say northeast, southwest in a 3-4 part. Northern India is mostly the, say for example, Jammu Kashmir area, in the Himalayan, trans-Himalayan areas, or in the lesser Himalayan areas also. People are mostly involved in the primary activities, herding or cattle rearing or dairy, I can say in general. Whereas people in the Indo-Gangetic plains are all engaged in the agriculture. Their economy is in agriculture. Their economy is agriculture in nature, whereas people living in the northeastern peninsula are mostly, they do the primary and secondary at the same time, because most of the peoples are engaged in the mining, quarries, and in manufacturing sectors, whereas South Indian states are mostly economy occupation is mostly manufacturing sectors, manufacturing of different equipments for flights, for automobiles, for making of machines. So economy occupation of the different regions are changing day by day. So that is why it is dynamic in nature. Agriculture area may be changed into the industrialized area or may be changed into the other economic aspect or occupational aspects. So the reasons are never same. It has a dynamic in nature. It is dynamic concept. Next one is each region has its certain point as a core area. Each region has its core area. When you talk a Sikkim as a take a Sikkim as a region, we have a core area like Gangtok, Hamjima, Gangtok. This is a city. This is a capital. It has a core area. This is our core area through where which provides a different functions, political, economic, social, or health wise. It provides a function to the whole state, I can say. Or that is one aspect. State level, my district level, it has its own core area which provides a different facilities to its threshold area. त्यो नामले गर्दा के हुन्छ, त्यो जग्गा के हुन्छ, आइडेन्टिफाई हुन्छ. North, especially because of Gurudongmar, because of Gurudongmar Lake, because of the very snow-capped mountains, beauty, natural beauty, it is identified. Similarly, it has a core. Again, I explained in the previous slide also that region has its certain core area. South, when you talk about the South Sikkim, you will always think about the Kichuberi. You will talk about the very popular area. You will talk about the core area like your now popular one, Skywalk. Similarly, Buddha Park in Namche, Buddha Park, your Samdukse and that Char Dham in Namche. These are some of the core area which in any aspects are giving an identity to that particular region. So each regions, even if it is your locality, even if it's a micro level area, region, that is your small village, it has its own core area. Core area here means which provides each and every functions through which an area has been popularized or known. That is known as core area. Okay. Now the last one, regions are hierarchically arranged in the system. It is very sure. Each regions in a state is in a hierarchical area. Developed region, developing regions, underdeveloped region. These are the hierarchy in terms of development, in terms of economic status. We are giving a hierarchy means labeling. We are labeling the region in terms of development, in terms of economic condition. We are saying underdeveloped, developed, and developing. Similarly, in terms of your function also, regions has a hierarchy. In terms of function मा पनि हामी hierarchy देखाउन सक्छौं. The regions which provides a small functions, only a very lesser area, उलाई हामी जस्तै सिमी for example टाउन मा हेर्यो भने Rangpo, Singtam, Gangtok. Rangpo, Singtam, Gangtok. Gangtok is in a top hierarchy because it provides almost facilities or a function to whole Sikkim, so all the district. Similarly, Singtam, its periphery. Similarly, Rangpo, its periphery. So it is larger than the Renak Bazar. So that is why each region has its hierarchy, which means that region has a hierarchy like village. We have a village, we have a district or a village, subdivision, district, state. दुई तीनवटा स्टेट मिलेर region, 2-3 states, combination of the group of a state is known as a region or a larger region or a particular region. State combinations of the state gives you the nation. A combination of the nation gives you a continent or a particular identity of an area. So the region is always a hierarchy in system in terms of development, in terms of cultural aspects, in terms of your even in terms of your political aspects also. Another one is each region is unique and inseparable in itself. Each region is a unique. एक एकवटा रिजन आफ्नो लागि युनिकनेस. That is why we are doing a regional study. If we don't do the regional study, we will not identify the speciality of the area. यदि हामीले रिजनल स्टडी गरिबन भने we will not able to identify the area, uniqueness of the area. If we don't do the study of the RENOC in intense way, in all physical, political, you can say historical aspects, we will not know about its history, we will not know aware about its status of the economic condition of the people, we will not aware about the socio-economic combinations, or I can say a cultural uniqueness of the area. Okay, so the each region is unique in itself. That is why we are doing a regional study, and it is inseparable. We cannot separate it from the other. One region cannot be separated from the another because it has its own uniqueness. That is why we differentiate. In terms of physical, you can say RENOC and Alitar is almost same. Alitar is better, quite steepy. It is rugged in terms of the, whereas RENOC is quite a stable area. Low inclination, elevation. In terms of climate also, I'm giving the regional example, okay? In terms of climatic condition, much colder than RENOC is much warmer than the Alitar. In terms of your socioeconomic status also, we have not done the study. That is why we do not know a distinct differentiation, but there is a possibilities of a uniqueness. There is a possibilities of differences between the two area. So that is why each region has a uniqueness in itself and it is inseparable. So understood. So these are the characteristics of the region. So altogether I have explained almost all the aspects of the region. Now whatever the queries or anything, if you don't understand from this slide, you may ask me in my personal number. Okay, so after viewing this, you'd give attendance, okay, in the group. Okay, so thank you class.